Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Yes, it is Fresh Retro time. Here are the 4 Fresh Retro figures that have been on general release. Today I'm looking at, again, their exclusive one here, which you can barely see. Boop, 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 boop. It says Brave 13 on one side. It says MP02X Mecha Project Brave 13 MP02X Jack 1/18 scale action figure. And then this side, it's Quantum Type 200. Now, I say again because I have looked at this one previously on one of my toy hauls, but that one was incomplete and it did break and I have fixed it. This is a brand spanking new one and it is complete. So let's have a look. This one is an exclusive, so it's really hard to find. This set me back around about £43, £44. So a lot of money for it, but I did want it, and now I've seen it and I've seen the accessories. I think it was a great buy. So we have the figure here. It's one of the big types. As you can see behind, we've got the small and the big types. His backpack, he has a shield, which does not want to come out. Here we go. It's a shield here. Oops. He has a handgun here, looks pretty cool. Then here he has a big boy gun. Look at that, that is just massive. That's going to lay down some heavy fire. And then he has like a, must be careful get this out, a machete. And then he has some stickers in the back, which I'm not going to apply. And he has building pieces, so you can make this piece behind the blue one here, which I made from the last set, but I've not actually put back. I'm going to keep it out there. Okay, so these Fresh Retro guys are absolutely fantastic. I'll stick videos for the other ones in suggested videos top right as we go along. They've got fantastic articulation. They're really well designed, well thought out. Now the new or the early ones, particularly these purple ones, as I said, can break at the waist connector, so you must be really careful with the waist. In fact, this one looks like it's been glued. Not sure if you can see inside. Let me try and get a zoom. Can we see in there? Maybe it's not clear enough. Can you make that out there? By that green part you can see there, looks like it might have been glued already. Now, first things to note, if you look at the red one in the background, he's on one foot. That's because they do have magnetic feet, and that base does have what's the word I'm looking for, metal plates on it. Let me just move the camera over slightly. There we go. So you see there are magnets on the feet there, and I'll do a size comparison with other lines for 1/18 scale in a moment. Looks fantastic, just what you want from like a 1/18 scale sort of robot or something like that. It's big, he's chunky, he looks like a robot. It's very basic colouring. You've got purple, silver and grey. Then you've got the green and you've got some yellow on the stickers. It's like 4 or 5 colours. But it's very effective where it's done. He looks like he looks like a robot. You know, that's what's important. Looks absolutely great. Loads of parts on him move to help with his articulation. Let's have a look with him with his backpack on, or jetpack on. This should fit. There's 2 holes there. No. Okay, there's 2 pairs. It can't be that way, can it? Oh, it could be, yeah, probably this way. Okay, so I was doing that the wrong way. It goes that way. No, that can't be right. It must go the other way, because that leaves those parts open there. No, I would have thought it was this way, though I could be mistaken. Yeah, so this way on. So backpack looks great. On him you see there's 2 slots in there. That's where you can stow things like his machete can stow in there. It will slot into that. You can push it in. His handgun as well. Also, this early releases tend to have quite loose joints. Now, with all of them that you can see, the red ones are the last or the latest release, and their joints are much stiffer, which makes them obviously better for posing and maintaining poses and so forth. Okay, looks pretty good at that. And his shield attachment has just a small peg which should attach into his arm there. Square peg, square arm. So you would imagine it would just fit in like square peg, square hole, like this. There we go. Very nice shield attachment as well. And if I look on the blue one, I can see the same square. His on hole in his arm just here. And the red one, same again. Let me just double check. Yeah. So the shield is cross compatible. Very, very nice so far. It's the waist which seems a bit too loose. Okay, let's have a look at his accessories. So the shield is really cool. Simple, but detailed. Have a look at him. Looks really nice. Looks great with the backpack on as well. That sort of jetpack. Very, very cool. I do like, I'm not saying industrial, but you know what I mean. The real proper robot look. And what's nice about this angle, you can see that they actually have a shoulder roll, which most figures don't have, you know, which is fantastic. So it looks really cool. The pistol, like a very sci-fi laser pistol, perhaps. The machete, very nice. But having that different color on the blade does make a big difference. It's actually 2 colors. Really cool. Then this huge, great big, I don't know what sort of cannon that is, but I'll give you a that'll give your other figure lines a run for the money. The handle that swivels, and there's a small slide forwards and backwards. This handle is fixed. I don't think anything else moved on it. And it does have a hole there. Does it have a port here, maybe? Not that I can see. Now, the reason why that's interesting is because now I have to pause this video to grab something from the blue guy here's box. So give me a second, I'll be back in an instant. Okay, I'm back. So I grabbed this handle. The blue guy comes an additional handle for this. You can see there's a hole at the top. It's slot into there, so you can hold it. But also this hole here, this handle does fit in, and it is an articulated handle. So you could use that for something, perhaps. Same, they've got another attachment to be like a shoulder cannon, which would be huge. So that is some cross compatibility there. Okay, let's look at articulation. I'll leave his backpack and shield on, and what I will do is I will go backwards a little bit so we can see. So these are highly articulated. Head is forwards, backwards, and look, you even can do this. You can go side to side, turn, etc. Shoulders are all the way around. There is shoulder roll, down and up, forwards and backwards. Lateral raise. Now he does have this armor, which is going to impede a little bit, but look at that. The armor articulates as well, so he's still getting a 180 degree pretty much on the shoulders. Absolutely fantastic. There is a twist from the shoulder as well. Bicep is well over 90 degrees with a single joint, you can see there, which is fantastic. Wrist is on the ball, so all directions, and these 4 fingers are also articulated on the hand, which helps him hold on to his weapons. And I think there might be a bicep twist. No bicep twist that I can make. It looks like there might be one, but I don't want to risk breaking another one of these. So waist, where must be really careful now. They have a trunk and they have a waist. So it's forwards, backwards, side to side, turn. Hips is pretty much full splits, getting very, very close there. If he didn't have these armor parts on the sides here, I'm telling a lie, he can do it. He can do full splits. Look at that. Fantastic. Taekwondo for the robot Olympic team. Very nice. And he should do full splits forwards and backwards because there's nothing obstructing the legs. So again, pretty much here. very, very nice again. There is a twist from the hip as well, from the hip joint and from below the actual hip. So if I twist, there is a single kneecap, but look how tight he gets on that. Absolutely fantastic. And then the ankles, there is a very good tippy toe. His dorsiflexation, his Michael Jackson. His tee is very good again. There is a boot turn, and there is a swivel? There is a small swivel inwards and a small swivel outwards. Fantastic, so articulated. Now, let's have a look at what he's like holding weapons. So because the fingers are articulated, it's very easy to hold things nicely. So let's get his pistol and his machete first. Get it under his thumb, then close the fingers if you can. Okay, now he holds that machete particularly well. And then the pistol in behind the thumb, get the fingers in, and then try and close the fingers. He's going to struggle a little bit with this one. That guard at the bottom is what's getting in the way, unfortunately. I would be, if this wasn't exclusive, I'd be tempted to cut that bottom part off. Okay, it's on. He does need to close his fingers because the guard keeps it very, very tight. He holds the pistol well. He holds the machete very well too. Now let's have a look and see what he looks like with the big brute of a gun, which is probably the highlight for me, if I'm honest. That he comes with this big brute here. Now what I'll do, I'll pose this off camera to save some time, and I'll come back and we can take a look. So back in an instant for you guys. Okay, here we go. He does hold it nicely, but what I will say, because his waist joint is so loose, if you're not careful, he'll just flip forwards a little bit, because that's adding a lot of extra weight to him. But he does hold it really, really quite well. Looks very menacing. You know, those are some serious rounds there. Looks like a mini grenade launcher or something like that. But it is an awesome, awesome looking gun. And if he's like this, I said before, you should be able to stow his around. Should be that way. Should be able to stow his machete there, and then perhaps a little bit more difficult, you should be able to stow his gun the other side. Oops, now I just lost the machete when I put that down. Stow his pistol the other side too. Which way here, maybe? The stowing is just plastic and it's a friction fit, which I don't really. With plastic like this, you don't really want a friction fit. You know, you get that sort of a feeling it's going to snap, it's going to break. Well, it's very unlikely. This is quality plastic. I'm not going to do it now. In fact, I don't want to waste too much time. He does look really, really cool. He's sticking with the others. He's shooting the other way, but you can get an idea of what these guys look like. They do look pretty damn fantastic. In fact, let me throw a bit more light onto the situation. A great bunch of figures by FreshRetro. They look really, really good. I am into this line. I've also reviewed one of their Dio sets, one of the newer ones, but the older ones were better from what one of my friends tells me. Thank you, David. They are great figures. Okay, let's get an idea of size and scale. So I will take all but the small red one and the new one away, because that's a big size one. And then we can see what they look like compared to other 118 line figures in terms of their scaling. And the red one, I will stand up straight. much stiffer joints than the newer ones, like the red ones, so they are more satisfying to pose, less frustrating. But that purple one does look so good. So let's start with a standard. I will use a Guardians of the Galaxy Gamora figure from Marvel. Potential for customs on this figure, but it's just like there's no waist articulation at all. It seems to be a bit wasted. Let me get her standing up. Come on. And you can see the red one is a touch shorter. If I use my Acid Rainbow homemade or bought piece by piece made Narinu Sentinel, let's get him standing up straight as well, make it a bit of a fair comparison. There we go. You can see that he is taller, but obviously shorter than the purple one. Now, if I go for some big figures, so I'll go for a Joy Toy Ultramarines Invictus Suit Pilot, who is obviously going to be big, and he is still smaller than the Fresh Retro purple one, but obviously bigger than the standard figure. If I go for another big one, I'll go for Marvel again. I will put him next to the Ultramarine. This is a Hulk from 4, and he is now towering above them all. Not towering above the purple one, but he is slightly taller. Obviously, if I were to get some of the bigger Joy Toy 40k figures, they would be bigger again. But you can see how well he scales. He does look very, very good with these guys. Scales fantastic. Fantastic figures. I am looking forward to more stuff from Fresh Retro. This is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe. Click on the notification icon and do check out the other videos. There's well over 1,000 on the channel, so loads of stuff for you guys to discover and enjoy. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.